Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Aditya. Good morning, Pratham. Good morning, Sahil. Am I audible? Good morning, Danish. Good morning, Aryan. Good morning, Vaibhav. Thank you, Danish. Good morning, Prateek. Probably today's morning would be horrible for some of you, those who haven't paid attention. Good morning, Chandrasekhar. Those who have.
Hello. Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes, Ratnadeep.
मेरे पास कैमरा नहीं है, मैं कंप्यूटर का लेक्चर अटेंड करता हूँ।
ये आपके पास में कैमरा मैंने अभी देखा था आपका। आर्यन गायकवाड़, आपका कैमरा ऑन करो।
कंप्यूटर का लेक्चर अटेंड करता हूँ सर मैं। कंप्यूटर का लेक्चर अटेंड करता हूँ।
बट अभी आपका मुझे कैमरा शो हो रहा है, आप कर सकते हो। आप कंप्यूटर पे करोगे तब मेरे को
मोबाइल का है।
आप अगर कंप्यूटर से ज्वाइन करते तो मुझे दिखाई देता है, उस टाइम पे मैं बोलता नहीं कि कैमरा ऑन करने का। अभी जिस का कैमरा यहाँ पे दिखाई दे रहा है, जैसे वेदांत कार्ड करने 2 डिवाइस ज्वाइन किए, मुझे यहाँ पे
कैमरा नहीं है।
आप कंप्यूटर से ज्वाइन करो तो मुझे यहाँ पे कैमरा नहीं दिखेगा रत्नदीप, तो मैं आपको बोलूंगा भी नहीं ऑन करने का। मुझे यहाँ पे सिंबल दिख रहा है, इसलिए मैं ऑन करने का बोल रहा हूँ। यहाँ मुझे कैमरे का सिंबल दिख रहा है आपके सामने, इसलिए मैं ऑन करने का बोल रहा हूँ।
Kunal is again and again saying that audio is not clear. Probably this might be a problem for you, because I'm also hearing Rishikesh sir, so his audio is very clear. Why don't you rejoin? Good morning, Ritesh. Okay, so shall I continue? Good morning, Shreyas. Okay, fine. So let's recap what we have considered in the previous session. So there have been two different opinions about the nature of the revolt of 1857. So very first nature can be considered as it as a sepoy mutiny, and another can be the national struggle, or you can consider it as the war of independence. Fine. So these two could be the different natures or the opinions about 1857. There have been individual opinions about it, and also there have been some of the books which have been published. So in these, you can very first consider the first Indian War of Independence written by Karl Marx in 1859. Then Causes of Indian Revolt in 1873 by Syed Ahmad Khan. The India War of Independence written by V.D. Savarkar in 1909. The Sepoy Mutiny and the Rebellion of 1857 written by R.C. Mazumdar in 1957. Then Civil
Hello, sir.
Rebellion in... Yes.
Sir, you were talking about bad morning. What was that?
Probably, I think now it's not rhythm, right? So I think I have used the word horrible, not bad, right? Because
yes, that word.
yes, because those who haven't paid attention to the notebooks, right, or those who haven't thought that one day Rishikesh sir will surprisingly ask us to show the notebooks or something else, right? So for them, it might have been horrible that they haven't paid attention to complete their notebooks, right, or to take down the own notes. Right? So this is making you active learner, and it is always very essential to be active learner. So that was the point I wanted to highlight. Or my suggestion is that though you think that you have everything in the form of videos or in the form of written notes, unless and until you write yourself in your notebook, you will not maximize or accelerate the success of that particular point. And every time you have to replicate it, every time you have to perform in the same way, right, rather with enhanced acceleration. So that would be the point what I wanted to highlight. Those who haven't paid attention, they can today onward sufficiently attain these things and perform at their own as well, right? Anyway, then another book, Rebellion 1857, a symposium written in 1957 by P.C. Joshi, and simply 1857, again it is published in 1957 by S.N. Sen. So impact of the revolt of 1857. So in August 1858, the British Parliament passed an act which ended the rule of company and the control of the British government in India transferred to the British Crown. So the Minister of British government, called the Secretary of the State for India, made responsible for the governance in India. Right. So these are the impacts you can consider because of the revolt of 1857. Then British Governor General given the title of Viceroy, and he made representative of the monarch. Then British pursued the policy of divide and rule after or post this revolt. There had been some far-reaching changes in the administration, as well as they have increased the white soldiers in the Indian Army. Whatever the expenses required to suppress the revolt of 1857, so all these expenses were thrown on the people of India, right? वसूल केले. And obviously, through the point of view of Indians, the very good impact was the revolt of 1857 had become a symbol of challenge to the mighty British Empire, and it had remained as a shining star for the rise and growth of Indian national movement, right? And then we have started looking into the Indian National Congress, right? So earlier it was Indian National Union, established in 1884 by A.O. Hem, right? Then 1885 at Pune, there had been a conference which received huge support of all Indian leaders, and it was renamed as Indian National Congress, right? So now Indian National Union become Indian National Congress. Its first session held at Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit College in Bombay under the presidency of W.C. Banerjee. Fine. So that is what you can consider about the Indian National Congress. Now, so some of the other points we have also considered, right? So very first session of Indian National Congress held at Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit College in Bombay. From 1885 onwards, the Indian National Congress met every year, and its cause spread rapidly among middle class Indians. Right? So with the foundation of Indian National Congress in 1885, the struggle of India's independence launched in a small, hesitant, and mild but organized manner. Right? So that was the point you can always consider. Right? Those who have kept their audio on, please put your audios off. Right. So I was discussing the beginning of the struggle for independence, right? So with establishment of or foundation of INC, right, in 1885. Struggle for India's independence. Struggle for India's independence launched. Struggle for India's independence launched. And though it was in a small right? Hesitant and mild. But this was very important because this was one of the causes of the failure of the revolt of 1857, and that is nothing but of well organized manner, right? So well organized manner, right? So this was the point you can always consider as far as the struggle, beginning of the struggle for India's independence, right, under the leadership or by the Indian National Congress. Fine. So this would be the thing you should always consider. Now, as far as its establishment and some period, particularly first 2 decades of the establishment of INC, that is from 1885 to 1905. So these 20 years, right? So these are described. These are described. Am I audible very
Yes, sir. Proper.
clearly to everyone?
Yes, sir. I am.
Okay, so I
able to listen.
think
Yes, sir.
because Kunal had again put the same message, he might be facing a problem about audio. Anyway, Kunal, you must be having very low bandwidth. Right. So I was talking about the first 2 decades of Indian National Congress are described in the history as those of moderate demands, right, as well as the sense of confidence in the British justice and their generosity. Though the aim was to get the independence, right, India's independence, but not to be aggressive for attaining the independence, right? So that was also another aim of the Indian National Congress in these 20 years or in the first 2 decades. Then this had resulted in the Indian Council Act 1892, which had allowed some members to be directly elected by Indians, right? And keeping the official majority intact. So that would be the benefit. Fine. So I will write as it is, or what I said. First 2 decades, right? First 2 decades described as the as moderate demands. Moderate demands. I think I will write this here. Moderate demands, as well as the sense of confidence in British justice and generosity. In British justice and generosity. They were believing that if we demand independence or if we demand for justice, then the Britishers will definitely give us the justice, and while giving this justice, they will be always generous to us. Right? So that was the believing of the leaders of the INC in these 2 decades, right? And that is the reason why they are called moderate, right? So described as the moderate demands. Fine. So that would be the very essential point. And what another thing was that though the aim is to excuse me, though the aim was to attain independence, right? But not to be aggressive was also decided or was also an aim, right? So that is the reason why it is considered that organized manner, right? So no doubt main purpose was to attain the independence, but while attaining this we should not be aggressive, right? That was the uh, point which was uh, in these two decades, and as a result of this what had happened, so resulted in Indian Council Act. Council Act 1892. So straight away you will be considering that this act had allowed some members to be indirectly elected by Indians, right? So that would be the case. And now if you consider the moderate by Naurozi, A.O. Hume, Badruddin Tayyabji, M.G. Ranade, W.C. Banerjee, right? You should not worry about these names, but whenever you will come across next time about these names, because these names would be having different kinds of references. So at that time, you should not feel that you are hearing it first time, right? So because of that only, I'm just making you introduce with these names. Though you have already gone through these names for any other reason, probably in your history. Right. So, Firoz Shah Mehta, Surendranath Banerjee, S. Shankaran, then Madan Mohan Malviya, Srinivas Shastri, Tej Bahadur Sapru, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Anand Mohan Bose, Dinesh Vatsa, Ras Bihari Ghosh, Mohanlal Ghosh, P. Anand Charlu, C.Y. Chintamani, R.C. Dutt, S. Subramaniam Iyer, K.T. Tailang, Madhusudan Das, Rahmatullayam Sayani, right, etc. So these were some of the names you can consider, right, in the first 2 decades of the INC, right. Always keep in mind this point. Fine. So now again there had been different opinions about this INC, right? So obviously the contemporary viceroy, which was from 1884 to 88, whose name was Lord Dufferin, right? You will be having the a lecture on all the viceroys, right? So separately we'll be going through the most of these viceroys. So one of the viceroys, whose name was Lord Dufferin, who said or who opined about the INC as Indian National Congress represents only a microscopic minorities, right? Microscopic minorities. Whereas Aurobindo Ghosh, right, who was extremist leader, we will be considering another few names which were in the category of the extremists, though they were the part of INC. Right. So Aurobindo Ghosh said that, right. So in the Aurobindo Ghosh said that Indian National Congress is a beginning institute. Is a begging institute. Right. It's a begging institute. So त्याचे थट्टा चुडवली, that begging institute. Then Bal Gangadhar Tilak also said that Indian National Congress should distinguish between begging and claiming the rights. Right. Begging and claiming the rights. So they must distinguish between begging and claiming the rights. So the way by which they were attaining in the struggle for independence, that was not accepted by the extremists. Right. So later on, this is what you can consider about the moderate phase. Now there had been arrival of extremist phase. Extremist phase. Right. So as I said, in first 2 decades that had been happened. So from 1905 to 17. Right. Now, obviously you must be having a question that why there is need, right, of the extremist phase, right? So what are the reasons for the emergence of extremist? The reasons for the emergence of extremist. Now, in this case, very first one, they realized that the true nature of the British rule, and that is always to exploit, right? So exploitative nature of the British rule was not accepted, or it was realized by some of the leaders. And this was the very first thing. Second thing, the international influence and the events which have demolished the myth of the European supremacy, right? So there had been some of the other countries, right, as like in India, in other countries,